Hey everyone, I realized I forgot to record an introduction for this video, so this is my highlight and contour routine, and I'm just going to get started.
The first thing I do is moisturize. I use this L'Occitane Immortelle moisturizer. Then, because I'm going to be putting on makeup, I do use an eye cream because I think that this really helps the concealer under your eyes stay a lot better. You don't need much, it's just like the tiniest little drop on your finger. This is again another one by L'Occitane in the same Immortelle range. Here we go. Alright, now you're not supposed to generally put this all the way up to your eyes, you're supposed to just kind of rub it here on the bone and then it makes its own way up, but because I'm going to be putting makeup on now, I just thought I'd spread it myself. Okay, after that I use my Smashbox primer. For my nails. We had a festival called Holi over the weekend, and I don't know if anyone's seen the colours and things that are thrown around or if you're familiar with it, but it can get quite violent if you do play it with your family and friends. So I've lost a couple of nails in battle, and the other ones are just pretty disgusting right now because there's colour stuck in them, so please excuse my nails, I will be getting them done again this week. Alright. Now, if you saw my last video, I did mention that the Smashbox foundation I was using has got a little bit dark for me because I have been using the Spin for Perfect Skin brush, which has just really cleaned out my skin, and I think it's gotten rid of most of my summer tan and from when I was on holiday. Oh god, I got this little annoying baby hair that won't go away. I tried to hide them but it won't work. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm back to my Chanel Aqua Vitalumiere foundation, which is what I generally use as my winter color, but I really like this foundation because it's really light on the skin. This was the one that I used for years before I started using the Smashbox one, and I just think it's a light coverage, not a very heavy coverage, which means that when we build on top of it with all of our contour and highlight layers, it doesn't look cakey. That is my Dior Skin Star Concealer, which if you've seen my other videos I use to cover up any dark circles that I have under my eyes and any other blemishes on my face. This is just like the basic base, and I think most people just stop at this, and this is what I used to do for a long time. So highlighting and concealing is fairly new to me as well. The cream contour I use is this Becca one in the colour Hazlenut, and it is a warm colour contour. The reason I use a warm colour contour is because of my complexion. So if I were to use a cool colour, it would look really grey on my skin and it would look really ashy and look like I've just stuck some grey powder on my face. Okay, I'm going to rewind a little bit because I just want to explain the reason people contour and highlight. Sorry, my ear's purple because of all the colour from Holi. So if you start from like the tip of your ear as a guide and move towards the corner of your mouth, that shows you where your cheekbone goes. So where you contour is where the natural shadows fall on your skin. So my trick is I not only contour up to here in a straight line, I curve the contour up a little bit, so it almost looks like I've got two moustaches on the side of my face, but they will be all blended out so you'll be able to tell. So this is just curved the slightest bit up towards my nose. So you just have to imagine this line was just going to go connect up to my nose there, like that, like a semicircle. So you definitely do not want to go any further than halfway between your eyes. So that's my cheek contour there. Then you also want to run along the jawline here. Is your forehead. You bring that down to your temples. As you can imagine, there would be a shadow here if there was a light shining on my head. I should have just shone a light on my head and show you guys. So you can join that up here. So you take it all the way around your face and join it up there. And you can even join this one up here, because a lot of people with that complexion have darkness around here anyway. So once I've done that, I use this Face Shaper Brush by Zoeva, and I start blending.
I start on my cheeks because I don't want any to really get that colour and blend away on the rest of my face. So I always start on my cheeks and start starting down towards here. But when I get to that, like the point here, I start blending upwards.
My forehead, first I blend upwards into my hairline because I don't want it to be like a dark line then a light color than my hairline starting. I want it to just blend smoothly into my hairline. So I make sure I push that upwards and make sure I get it right there, right deep into my hairline, so it looks like it's actually a shadow and not something I've drawn on my face. I think the good thing with contouring is you can kind of shape your face the way you like it, so you can figure out what works for you and you know, what looks best on your face shape and with your hair and with your features, because I think your hair really affects, you know, what contour and highlight will look good on you. Oh my god, this hair is just not going to leave me alone. Okay, my next step is to use this amazing thing called the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. This one just goes over the concealer that you've already done. The best way I found to apply this is, I need some more. I start from right here. See where that eye kind of curves in the middle? Sorry, that looked really scary. But just in there, you want to start and draw a line downwards to where that meets. So remember where you ended your contour? You just want to bring that line all the way down there. And then just fan it out from there. What this does is it keeps it really dark in there because that's where you're starting each time, and that's where you tend to get a lot of the darkness under your eyes. So if you start from there and build up the product from there, it means you're going to have all your under eye circles covered. So you can see the difference straight away in this eye and this eye, and I haven't even blended it in. Now I know for our complexion we get a lot of darkness around these areas, so make sure you've put some highlight in there as well. You know, I have it, my mum has it, my sister has it, everyone has it. Nothing to be ashamed of, it happens. So we just have to work with it. So, okay, so that is all the areas on my face that I am going to highlight. Now, I like doing this with a beauty blender. I use the same one as my foundation so that the foundation and the highlight just blend in a little bit together. So again, just with the patting motion, you just want to pat it because you don't want to spread it anywhere that you've contoured, because it will cover that up and then you're going to lose all the shape that you just created. So just starting under my eyes again, because that's where I want to keep the highlight most intense because of my dark circles. I don't want to lose any of that colour over my face if I started somewhere else. And then just patting it everywhere else that you put it. So I go over that, the areas I've contoured with this one, just to blend it into the other areas. Some people do, you know, their everything just with a brush. I don't know how they do that. Until I use the beauty blender, I don't see it all coming together. Okay, so this is what it looks like without me adding any sort of setting powder or any cool shades on there at all. That's what it looks like. Now, one thing that I learnt recently is something called baking your highlight. So I know it sounds really weird, but it's called baking your highlight because you put on a loose powder, and of course I'm going for the Ben Nye Banana powder because I love the color of this and it just blends in with my skin really well. And I think I found that with skin tones like me, this is because it's got a bit of a yellowy tone in it, it blends in with the brownness of the skin really well. So if you can get your hands on this, it's really good. Otherwise you can use like I've got this Australis palette as well, and this is what I use to contour. I use the bottom shades, and it's got like a yellow color there as well, which is really good. So you know, if you can't find the Ben Nye Banana powder, don't worry, I got this from Priceline for like $12 and it's great too. Okay, so with baking your highlight, I like to just mostly do it under my eyes. What this involves is putting a lot of color in the areas that you have highlighted. So it'll look like there is excess color there. you put this on in excess and then you leave it on for 10 minutes, and after that you just brush away any of the excess. So I'm gonna leave that on for a little while now, and I'm gonna go get baked. So I'm back, and as you can see, most of the colour under my eyes, I don't know how to show you this probably, has actually melted into my skin, so there's not really that much left. So you can imagine how much product there was underneath to soak that in and how much it went into my skin. So if you do have a lot of excess left, you just get like a soft brush and just sweep it out from underneath your eyes and wherever else you put it. For my contour, I used to just use the warm shades before, but recently I've added another step, which is using the cool tone, because I think it makes it look more natural. But in saying that, I wouldn't suggest for our skin tone to just use the cool tone like this one, because you can see it's a bit grey and ashy. Also, this contour palette is really good. It's just the Australis AC Contour contouring and highlighting kit, and it was like $12 from Priceline. I think I already said that. I don't want to bring it too far, like I don't want too much colour on the middle part of my face. I want it just here. The middle I still want kind of warm. Okay, so that's all I do for the contour and highlight part of my beauty routine. I'm just gonna put on a little bit of blush and the rest of my face, and I'll be back with you guys in just a sec. Okay, so that is my final highlight and contour tutorial. So I hope you guys learned something from it, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. And I will see you in my next video. Don't forget to check me out on Instagram and Facebook and my other videos as well, because I've uploaded a couple now. And tell me what you think, and if you need any part of this in more detail, just let me know and I'll either write a blog about it or I will do another video. Okay, so here we go.